Alright, hello once again, Pink Sox Nation. Coach Charles here with another video. Another week, another rain out. I'm sorry, ladies. I can't believe that we lost another practice. Hopefully this rainy weather starts going away soon. It looks like we're going to be clear for Saturday's game in Clarksburg. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend. I won't be there and Anna won't be there. We have a prior engagement in Baltimore. So I'm really sorry to miss you girls, but you'll be in the very capable hands of Coach John, who will be back, and just pay attention to him the way you paid attention to me this past Saturday, and you girls are going to do great, all right? First order of business, this past Saturday's doubleheader. Again, I want to say I'm really proud of all of you the way you played. It's tough not having had any practices and not having really any work on, how to gel together as a team, but you girls did a really great job. You paid attention on the bases, you had some great at-bats. I saw a lot of you taking pitches that were pretty close, but you knew, hey, that's off the plate, so I'm not going to swing at it. So I liked seeing that. The aggression on the base paths was fantastic. Everyone was stealing bases like crazy. It was fun. I hope you girls had a lot of fun. I know I did. All right. One of the things I want to talk about in this video here is something that popped up in the second game where we played with softball majors rules. Now, you might not see this against Clarksburg. You probably won't. But it may come up again as the season progresses, and it's something that's kind of confusing. It's a little bit counterintuitive to what you might be thinking about softball, and it's called the drop third strike rule. And that's what we played with in the second game. Normally, strike three happens. Hey, strike three, 1, 2, 3 strikes are out. It's in the song and everything. All right, that's the way it goes, all right? But in professional softball and baseball, and in majors Little League, the way it works is that if the third strike results in a passed ball, ball goes past the catcher, or the catcher fails to catch the ball and it drops, the batter has the opportunity to run to first base as if they got a hit. So the catcher would have to then get the ball and throw it to first. And if if the ball beats to the first base and the first baseman's on the bag, then the batter is out. So I know it's kind of tough to get used to because you're used to hearing, oh, it's third strike, I guess I'm out, or I guess, she's out. Not with the drop third strike. So that's what was happening a lot in that second game, is that we would hear a lot of strike three, and then, the runner was running anyway, and it was asked, why, how did they make it to base? And that's what it is. So it's important for the catcher and the pitcher to kind of be in sync. And that's kind of tough at this stage because we haven't had any practice to do that. So catcher's job is to make sure they get in front of every ball, knock every ball they can down, and if the ball goes past them, I know it's tough in that gear, it's not very comfortable, especially if you're a little bit smaller, but you've got to run to get that ball if it passes you, just in case, because you don't want to turn what's an out into a base hit. If you're at bat in that situation, and it's strike three, and you see the ball go past you, take off, do the same thing they did to us, on Saturday. It's a really tough rule to get used to. It's nobody's fault that people reached base. Catchers on Saturday, pitchers on Saturday, it was your first time doing these things, and you girls did a great job. It was fun to watch. Lily was like a soccer or a hockey goalie. She was kick saving, she was punching at the ball, she was doing everything she could to get in front of that ball. That's the sort of thing that, as a coach, you can't get mad at. I'm not disappointed or upset at anybody's performance from Saturday. That was a great job out there. But so drop third strike may come into play later on in the season. We may use it again when we play the nights that we played this past week. Because there are mixed majors, minors like us. And we're doing that because some of our girls that are on our team and on their team are going to be going into the majors in the spring season. And that's when they're going to be used to having this all the time. So it's just kind of introducing the concept. But seeing how difficult it was to get, we may just hold off. Maybe later on in the season we'll revisit it and do it again. But drop third strike just means if the third strike results in the ball going past the catcher, or the catcher catches it and then it falls out, the batter has an opportunity to run. The other difference with drop third strike, and here's where it gets a little bit weird and you got to pay attention, all right? When you run to first base, you'll see the safety base, all right? If you're standing at first base and you're covering the base, you have to step on the white part of the bag on a regular play to get the runner out. If you step on the orange part, it counts as missing the bag entirely because the orange part is reserved for the runner. The reason we have the safety base is to avoid any potential collisions. So as a fielder, you're not allowed to step on the orange part to get an out, except during drop third strikes. If it's a drop third strike, you're allowed to tag the orange. If you tag the orange, it's up to the runner to run to the other base, to the opposite base. I know I'm saying these rules out loud, and it sounds like I'm making it up as I go along, because it's absolutely bananas. But that's the way it is. On drop third strike, you field it, if you catch the ball, you step on any one of those, you step on the orange or you step on the white. Whatever one you stepped on, whatever one you're staying on to get ready to field the ball, the runner has to run to the other base. I don't know why. That's just the way it is. All right. Other things we saw in the field last week, we talked about, I know I talked to a couple of people individually about this, and the umpire did as well, is staying out of the base path, when to be in the base path and when not to be. If there's nobody on base, or you're trying to field the ball clean, let's say you're shortstop, all right? Let's say, like, I know Samantha, you played shortstop the other day, all right? You're at shortstop. You're getting ready to field the ball, right? You're in position waiting for the ball to come to you. If a runner is coming your direction on their way to third, you do not have to move out of the way, okay? If you're in the act of fielding the ball, it is up to the runner to run around you. And it goes for you if you're running, if you're the base runner. If you're running from like first to second or from second to third, and there's a fielder that is actively trying to field the ball, like, they're ready to catch, they're ready to whatever, you have to make it around them. If the runner collides or brushes up against the fielder in a situation like that, then the umpire can call interference and rule that runner out, even though they weren't tagged by a ball or even if they were going to be safe. All right? When you're standing on defense, you want to keep the baseline has to be clear to allow for steals. So if the baseline, think of the baseline as a straight line like this, right? You want to play a little bit above it or a little bit below it. If there's a runner on second base or a runner on first base, if you're playing second or shortstop, that's to allow the runner a clear lane, so to speak, a clear straight lane from the base to the other base. Okay? So make sure when you set up and when you're at shortstop and you're set up, make sure that if there's a runner at second base, you're not in her way if she's going to run, all right? But if you're fielding the ball, if the ball gets hit and you have to move up and you're getting ready to field it, that's a different story. Once the ball is in play and you're actively trying to get it, the runner has to run around you. Now, if the ball's not coming to you, let's say the ball is hit towards second base and you're the shortstop, you cannot stand there in the way and interfere with the runner from going to the base. That goes for any base, all right? You can't, it's not like basketball. You can't set a screen, all right? You have to keep those baselines clear for the runner. It's one of those things that I wish we had more time. I've said it a bunch of times now. We've had 3 practices rained out. I wish we had more time to go over this stuff in practice. And the next practice that we do have, which will hopefully be this coming Tuesday night, October 2nd, hopefully we'll be able to do some of these things in real time. I want to show you these things in real time so you can get used to it. But you might see it during the game on Saturday, just interference stuff. Just be aware of that. If you're fielding the ball, I know you do the nice thing. You see someone running, you don't want to get in their way, so you back up a little bit and wait for the ball to come to you. No. If your feet are planted and you're getting ready to field that ball, it's a ground ball coming to you, it's on them to run around you. It's not on you to move out of their way in that situation. Okay? I think that's really all I've got this week. Keeping it a little shorter. I don't know what the rules are going to be when we go to Clarksburg. Different teams is different league, so they may not play by the same rules. I believe that according to Coach Jim from the Knights that we just played, their team doesn't have walks. They didn't play with walks like we did. They on the 4th pitch, if the 4th ball would be there to make a ball 4 walk, then the coach would come in and pitch with the active count for 5 pitches. So that means if you're at the plate and you're standing there, you've got 2 strikes on you, and then it would have been 4-ball walk. There's no walk. Coach John will come out to pitch to you. And if you've already got 2 strikes on you, if you swing at that first pitch and you miss, that's strike 3. You're out. Okay? I don't know about steals. I know that when the coach comes in to pitch, there's no stealing whatsoever. I know that because it'd be easy for a coach to just accidentally, throw the ball over that way where the catcher can't get it and then, make it easy to steal. So I know that when the coach comes in to pitch, there won't be any steals. I don't know about when one of the actual girls is pitching. That's something that Coach John will discuss with the Clarksburg coach prior to the game with the umpire, and they'll go over all the rules that everyone has set. And we could always do the same thing that we did during the game on Saturday, this past Saturday against the Knights, where if there was something that was kind of confusing or something new, we all got together and we discussed it, or we brought you girls back out on the field to explain something. It's a lot of rules, especially when they're not consistent from game to game. That's why I'm being driven nuts by this rain. I really want to get you girls on the field and get you to see all of these things in action. This past weekend, I know a lot of you fielders didn't get much to do because there were so many walks throughout the game. There weren't many balls hit in play, so the fielders didn't have much to do. But what little that you did do, I was really happy with the way you girls backed up bases. At one point, Madison and Fiona had a great play going from in right field and first base, covering each other. Another play, the pop-up came, Mimi charged in, she almost got it, and then Micah ran in from second base from center field to back her up and get the ball back into the pitcher. That was great. That's exactly the stuff I've been talking about, throughout all of these videos and through the free practices we've had. So I was really happy to see that. Just, good luck on Saturday. Again, real sorry that, Anna and I can't be there. We'll be with you in spirit. And, hopefully you guys have fun. Hopefully it doesn't rain. And good luck. Any questions in the meantime, please feel free to contact me. You know where I'm at. And I will see you, hopefully, if we keep the rain away, I will see you next Tuesday night. All right? Good luck, ladies. Go Pink Sox.